Hello everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Guapish Rule 34. Today I am being joined by walking red flag Tanner.
That's right, everyone. I never wash my bed sheets.
And of course, our very much so beige flag, Dylan.
Yeah.
And of course, today, you read the fucking title, you know exactly what this is. Boys, today we are going to be ranking red flags in relationships.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I love red flags in relationships. I have so many off the top of my head. Nico, how did you know?
In the head.
In the head.
Dylan, what do you think is your biggest personal red flag that you possess?
I was being quite literal, Nico, with my sarcasm, so I don't think that's... I don't know if I've had time to dole out my red flags as... I don't have any.
Anyway, so are we doing this from the male perspective and saying if a female has this trait, it's how much of a red flag is it? Or are we trying to do this from the female perspective, since the whole red flag phenomenon is typically a thing women put onto men?
I think it should be for us personally. What do we personally think of each of these red flags?
Interesting.
Fair enough. What are our tiers?
So, starting up at the very top here, we've got instant deal breaker, second from the bottom, bad but manageable, not the worst thing, depends on the situation, neutral, does not matter, could be good, or actually I kind of like this.
I think this is too many tiers, but we'll see how that works out as we go.
I guess this will be a good way for me to find out, you know?
Exactly.
This is going to be a journey of self-discovery for me.
He can finally figure out what kind of women he is interested in.
I guess
don't know why
dude.
I fucking phrase that sentence like that.
And starting off with number 1 here, guys, let's just say different political alignments. How are we feeling about this one?
Neutral.
I'm gonna say bad but manageable.
Ooh, okay. I'm also going neutral here, because just like, you know, I just don't really fucking care all that much, to be honest. As long as they're not like on like a far end or anything, I don't really fucking care all that much.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, my current girlfriend is like the opposite side of the political spectrum from me, but I'm smarter than her, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Oh no.
Like, you know, I've definitely been in a relationship previously where I've had very different political alignment from my ex, and you know,
just hid that.
Yeah, exactly. Back then, I was much more interested in politics, and it did cause a bit of fracturing here and there. Those were like really the only things we were fought about. But I just don't give a shit, so I don't really care all that much.
Man.
Speaking of politics, and they're just invested in politics in general.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'd say doesn't matter.
Yeah, same here.
Alright, sick.
Alright, practices a religion you're not involved in.
I'll go depends.
I'm gonna also say depends, because in some cases it could be bad but manageable, but like if it's like, I'm not gonna get into the specifics actually, never mind.
Because, like, you know, let's say, hypothetically, I was interested in pursuing, like, an Islamic woman. If I am in a relationship with them, I don't think it really matters. I don't see how I am getting to that place in the first place, though.
Right.
That's very fair. Yeah, it depends so much on what exactly it is. Like, are they Catholic? Are they Jewish or something? Sure, why not? Are they, like, you know, in a cult?
Yeah,
that's where things get tricky.
Yeah, that just means they're fun.
No.
Alright, let's say they still live with their parents.
I want this to be a red flag, unfortunately, in this economy.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go depends on the situation.
I'll also say it depends on the situation, just because I don't really have room to talk.
Based?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's between not the worst thing and depends. We'll just put it there for now, though. Yeah, it varies.
It's obviously preferable that they do not live with their parents.
Yeah.
But, like, you find that so rarely nowadays that it's like, you kind of have to learn to live with that.
Yeah, exactly.
it's like the sheer difference of, like, are they intentionally making bad choices, or is life just fucked them in ways that they can't necessarily control?
Yeah.
Facts, dude.
Alright, let's say they chew loudly. This is my first instant deal breaker. Fuck that.
Now, I'm assuming when you say chew loudly, you mean, like, the very, like, open mouth, you know, and seafood kind of shit, right?
Yeah, the kind of shit you would do when I first moved in with you and I told you to stop it.
Hey, man, that was congestion. I'm gonna say instant deal breaker.
Okay.
What?
Don't worry about it, Tanner.
I'll go... not the worst thing.
Okay.
Nico discovered a lot of his red flags from living with me, apparently.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think having 2 up here balances it in that favor. Okay, this is so fucking small, Jesus. Orders the fast food option at specialty restaurants.
What?
Is that a... what?
Okay, so let's say that, like, you go to a Mexican place and they order a burger.
Oh.
Who gives a fuck? What?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care, but, like, also, if you're gonna go to a Mexican restaurant and order a burger, what the fuck was the point of going to the Mexican restaurant?
Honestly, from that perspective, could be good. That just opens up my options for choosing the restaurant.
God damn it, Tanner. Fuck your logic,
I think
man.
it's a neutral.
Yeah, whatever, I don't care,
I'm just saying, like, if I'm like, oh, I want a burrito, and she's like, I want a burger, I'm like, well, we're going to Del Taco.
There we go.
Sure,
Do they
man.
sell burgers at Del Taco?
Yeah.
Fuck.
They have chili cheese fries at Del Taco.
Jesus Christ. God damn
Horrific. Alright, picky eater.
I actually, hold on, I have experience with this one. God damn. I'm between bad but not manageable and not the worst thing. Just because it's like, it's kind of like some of the picky eaters are just so in that mood where it kind of just dampens the mood for going out for food at all. And then it's like, you just don't have any variety in your fucking day because you have to eat the same shit all the time.
That's so real, dude. I hope my girlfriend is not watching this one. Bad but manageable.
You cannot control that, Tanner. God damn it. Nico, go ahead. I need time to mull this over.
Yeah, as a recovering picky eater myself, I'm also going to put in bad but manageable. Like, you know, if you can, like, slowly start to branch out a bit, then I think that's good. But, yeah, if they are just like, nah, I don't want to eat anything other than dino chicken nuggets, it's like...
Yeah.
kind of a rough spot to be in, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna agree with bad but manageable. I think if they're at least willing to change. Like, I know vegetarians that try meat like every year, so it's fine. That's fine. If they're like
is being a vegetarian the same like being a picky eater?
I don't think so, no.
Not necessarily. I'm just trying to give like a metaphorical example here.
It's anyway, you can go to the next one. I don't need to razz on about this.
Okay.
Inconsistent communication.
Ooh. I'm gonna go deal breaker.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
kind of between instant deal breaker and bad but manageable. Cause like if it's inconsistent, that means it can be changed. But I'm gonna say instant deal breaker, I guess.
Okay. I'm thinking bad but manageable, but yeah, we can go instant deal breaker. It can be pretty rough. It's definitely something I've had to deal with in the past. It definitely fucks with your head a little bit. I think as long as they're more open to communicating, like, why the communication is inconsistent, like, if they text you, like, just a heads up, like, hey, I won't be able to talk for, like, the next day or so for whatever reason, it's like, okay, sure, I guess. But, yeah, if they just, like, disappear without saying anything, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
Dismissive of your feelings and opinions. Instant deal breaker. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think that's a two-way street, to be honest. I think that should be a red flag for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how this would be anything but an instant deal breaker.
You know, I like this. I like it when they...
Yeah. Well, you know, some people are into that. She doesn't care about me at all, dude. It's so hot.
I mean,
I'm
there
way
are
into that
people like
shit.
that, to be honest.
Alright, they're controlling.
Fuck, dude.
Not the worst.
Bad but manageable. I think the only positive I can see in controlling is at least they're good at making decisions. That's about all I could say. It depends on how controlling they are. There are some people who are very overbearing, and you just like having a parent in the house.
Yeah, I think I'm going bad but manageable as well for that one, for very similar reasons as Dylan here.
I think the reason I'm lower is just like...
Nobody controls you.
I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, that's what
So,
I
like,
thought.
You can exert the control you want, and I'll go along with the parts of it I'm cool with, but, like, I'm under no illusion that if I wanted to, put my foot down, I'd be able to,
Fair enough, dude. You have more physical and mental fortitude than we.
Or lack of accountability.
What does this mean?
I'm gonna say
in this
instant deal
context?
breaker.
Let's say that, like, I don't know, you guys, like, get in a fight, or, like, they fuck up in some way, and they just don't take responsibility for it.
Okay.
Well, not instant deal breaker. Bad but manageable, actually. I'm not gonna be that fucking X about it.
Like, they just never take their responsibility for anything?
Yeah, basically.
I think I'll go deal breaker.
That's
I think
fair.
a deal breaker there as well. Yeah, that shit would be very rough and very annoying to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, unwilling to address or resolve conflicts, deal breaker.
Instant deal breaker.
Yeah.
I've had too bad of an experience with that.
Alright, they're passive aggressive.
Bad but manageable, because I'm also passive aggressive as fuck.
Oh, we know.
Shut up.
Yeah, I agree with bad but manageable.
Yeah, same here. Not ideal for sure, but
Right. It's not
you know,
like
you can probably deal with it at the end of the day.
for real.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lack of emotional availability.
See, old me would have been like neutral or depends. Now that I've had time to mentally and emotionally mature, I think this means a little bit more to me now. I mean, I guess I'll just say, damn.
I'm gonna go not the worst thing.
I kind of want to say not the worst thing, but I also want to say bad but manageable. I'm gonna say not the worst thing as well.
Okay. I think I would also... I don't know why I'm saying also. I think I would put it in bad but manageable, but yeah, not the worst thing sounds fine.
Fair enough, dude.
Excessive jealousy.
Instant deal breaker.
Depends on the situation. I'm really not all that concerned about that.
I'm assuming this is in the context of you have like a friend that is also a girl that you've been friends with since grade school, and that this person gets upset if you talk to them. Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
I use a very specific example for a reason. Yeah, deal breaker. I think a
Why
lack
are
of
you talking so nice to that barista?
Yeah.
Do you like her?
I think the
Do you think she's prettier than me?
yeah, that's just the worst. It's like you guys know me well enough to where when I say if I don't have a romantic interest in anything, I very much show it, and I'm very like not that way. So like if the person that I'm in a relationship with doesn't see or know that about me, that's kind of just like a what the fuck on my end.
Try as we might, we can't get Dylan to fall in love with us.
Yeah, it hasn't worked yet.
Yeah, I think I'd put it in bad but manageable here. It's like, jealousy is a very natural thing. Everyone feels it, but excessive?
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it balances out at not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Okay, constantly negative.
Instant deal breaker. You get over your shit.
Ooh.
Listen, dude, I am the light of my life. I don't need somebody else bringing me down.
I'm generally a fairly positive person as well, and so I kind of wind up taking sort of an opposites attract look at this. So I'm gonna say not the worst thing.
Okay.
I also think it's not the worst.
Oh, man, this is...
Okay, disregards boundaries.
Dude, I was trying to read that, and I was like, does that say Desperate Housewives? Like
I'm
she's
really into
obsessed with that
Desperate
show?
Housewives.
I'm gonna say instant deal breaker on this one as well.
Disregards boundaries.
Yeah. I like... Boundaries, much as similar to countries, are there for a reason. I don't think they should be crossed.
That is... We could spend a whole episode unpacking that one. That's actually, like, kind of philosophically interesting, but I'll go not the worst thing.
God damn, I don't... Never mind. I gotta...
This becomes less of an issue the more serious the relationship becomes.
I think it's bad but manageable.
I don't...
Like, that sucks. They shouldn't be doing that to you. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like it's something that can be worked through, so...
Mm-hmm.
Alright, doesn't have the same music taste whatsoever.
Literally does not matter to me. My variety of music taste is so broad that I can almost find a type of music that anybody listens to good.
Dude, I'm actually gonna go, I like this.
Okay.
Really?
I would not date the kinds of girls who are into my same kind of music.
Huh.
Dude, based? I mean, I would absolutely date the same girls who are into my type of music, but I think it could be good if a girl does not have the same music taste as you, because like you know, you can like show each other different songs and stuff like that. Like maybe you'd find stuff that you do end up being into, and vice versa. I think it could be fine.
I'll agree. I actually want to change it to could be good, just for the record.
There we go. Fantastic. They're a one-upper.
Like,
this can be funny in some contexts.
I was gonna say.
This would just be annoying for the most part, I think.
I was gonna say it depends, because this could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing, because it's like, it could be about petty things, it could be like, oh, I got a good job, and it's like, oh, I got a better job, and then it's like, it's fine, because you're making more money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like...
Even more, I like the idea that, like, one-upper just means they try, which means they sometimes fail, even though they're always trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to go neutral.
I kind of actually want to say could be good. As odd as that sounds.
I definitely not going that far. I'm going to say
That's
not
fine.
the worst thing, so I think it balances out somewhere here. Because I definitely think that just get fucking annoying for the most part for me, where it's like, oh man, you know, I was having a pretty rough day, and you think your day was bad? Well...
I think it balances out to neutral since Dylan and I are both low.
Okay. Sounds good. Excessively compliments you. I like this.
Actually, I like this. I like that a lot, actually. We're sensitive women and respect our sensitivity.
It can never be too excessive. Just keep them coming.
Gas me up, baby.
On the flip side, never compliments.
Bad but manageable. I'm not gonna say instant deal breaker.
I think it's bad but manageable too.
Yeah,
like, I want to be complimented.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll do it. I just, you know, not as willingly.
Okay, how about only compliments your physical attributes?
Tanner fucking loves this shit right now. He is half-mast right now.
Jesus, what the fuck?
Don't deny it, Tanner. You know it's true.
No, I mean, you know, I like being told I'm smart and funny sometimes as well, but yeah, I'll go, I like this.
Okay. I'll say could be good. Like, I want to be complimenting my other attributes too, but like, hey, if it's only the physical ones, then that's fine too.
I'll agree with that. I'll take it where I can get it, dude. I'll get it all eventually.
Okay, they're constantly late.
Fuck.
I don't want to be so strict to say this is an instant deal breaker, but like, that's just annoying to deal with. I've worked very hard to not be late to things anymore. That was like a big problem growing up in my family and annoyed the shit out of me.
This is one I have dealt with in most of my dating relationships so far.
Dude, they're on black people time.
I was about to say don't make that joke, but
fuck, dude. Bad but manageable. Fuck it.
I think it's also bad but manageable.
I guess I have to go bad but manageable.
I think the biggest, like, for the most part, it's like whatever. But like the biggest thing is like if you're trying to travel somewhere and you have to like catch a flight or something, that shit would fucking stress me out. I would hate that.
Brutal, dude.
Yeah, dude.
All right, last minute cancels.
Not the worst thing. I'm very
Depends
spontaneous.
on the situation.
Okay. I think I'll also go... I've had to deal with this actually before too. I would say bad but manageable, so I think it can balance there.
Yeah.
Alright, they're rude to service or retail staff.
Well, if they do it to them, they're gonna do it to more people. You're not just gonna do it to one kind of person, so I'm gonna...
Well, it could be just like, you know, flexing, like a small amount of power, you know?
Yeah,
would you date a Karen?
No, I think this is actually a deal breaker. As extreme as this may or may not sound.
Yeah, I think it's also a deal
depends on
breaker.
the situation.
Damn.
Like, if I were dating someone like this, I would just take over being the interacts with service workers person.
Well, that doesn't stop them is the problem, Tanner. And plus, it's like...
sure it does. I say, hey, I'm gonna talk to them.
Hey, I'm the man in this situation. What do you think you're doing? Let me take care of it.
I can't stand the
I'll
public
take a
embarrassment,
burger.
dude.
The lady here's just gonna have some fries. Does not have a single close friend.
See, that's a problem, because I cannot be the only person they are social with. Was kind of in this boat, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, if you can't be social, or, like, have other friends, that just causes other relationship problems. They're not necessarily a romantic relationship, necessarily.
I think it depends on the situation for me personally.
Yeah, I
like,
agree
is
with
it because they're an
depends.
asshole or something, or is it just
Right.
like, maybe, like, they moved somewhere and they just haven't, like, really met anyone else to really click with other than you, I guess.
I
Yeah.
guess I'll say not the worst thing in that case.
Okay. Let's say brags, that's so fucking small, Jesus. Brags about how good of a liar they are.
Fucking instant deal breaker, what the fuck?
Neutral.
The
I
fuck?
do this shit.
God damn it, Tanner.
Yeah, I think it depends on the context here. It's like...
It's not even saying that they do lie all the time. They're just like, oh, I'm really good at lying.
I don't trust that shit.
It's like, are they lying just to, like, they think it's funny? Or are they lying to, like, get away with some fucked up things? Like, it depends.
Right.
No.
Like, I do this shit. I lie to people because I think it's funny, but...
Yeah, crazy.
Goes to the gym every day.
Actually, I like this.
I think it could be good. Like, I think, like, it depends on, like, I don't know, like, how...
Literally, what is the downside?
It's like, maybe it's like, they go to the gym at, like, fucking 5 a.m. or something and it wakes you up. Like, that sounds like it would be annoying, but... I think for the most part, it's totally fine.
I'm going to say depends on the situation.
What the fuck?
Maybe not the worst thing, I don't really know.
Okay. I think it balances out somewhere around there.
Sure.
On the flip side, never goes to the gym.
Bad but manageable.
I think it doesn't matter. It's whatever to me.
That's because you don't go to the gym.
Exactly.
Like, gym going is so rare amongst women, so fucking, like... I feel like
mean-
this is not something you can even plant your flag on one way or the other.
But, like, they're more likely to go if you go is the thing. That's just a matter of influence.
I think I'd say not the worst.
Okay. Sounds like that balances out to depends.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't hear what Dylan said. So, has a mental disorder. I like
What kind of mental disorder are we talking about here?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying it depends. Like, that's
This
so
is just
broad.
all woman. How can I, you know?
This is so vague, dude, because depending on what it is, vastly determines my red flag.
It's like, do they have ADHD or are they like a schizophrenic or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I'm
gonna
probably...
assume this is something that's, like, actually diagnosed.
Yeah.
So, like, it's something, you know, real.
I'm gonna say bad but manageable, I guess.
I'm gonna go... I'll agree with bad but manageable.
Okay. Alright, we'll buff it up there then.
Where did you
They're
put it, Nico? Hold on. Where...
I said depends.
Fine, fair.
Because I don't know what it is right now, so...
It's...
Let's say they're neurodivergent.
Isn't this just another word for autistic?
It's more so, like, what it says about the kind of person who uses this word.
Deal breaker.
I think it's not the worst thing to me.
Interesting.
Okay. Neurotypical.
Does not
I
matter.
like this.
Again, for me, I'm going at it from, like, the kind of person who uses these phrases, so I'm gonna go deal breaker.
Okay.
Oh,
Dylan, where
fair
are you
enough,
putting
Tanner.
it?
I'm also gonna say deal breaker, actually.
Alright. I guess it'll balance there then.
Wait, where did...
I put in I like this.
Damn.
If they're a neurotypical person, that sounds fine to me, dude.
Interesting.
Makes plans for the future without consulting your preferences.
Could be good.
Yeah, I think I'll put in neutral. Like, It depends pretty drastically for the most part there. Like, I think typically it's fine, but if it's like, hey, we're going on vacation in a few weeks, since I didn't put any, like, notice for my work or anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say bad but manageable.
Preferences to me makes it sound like she's, like, choosing a restaurant without asking you or something.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, in that case, I definitely don't care either then.
Bad but manageable.
Okay. I guess it'll go in there then.
Mm-hmm.
Longest relationship never lasted more than a month. It depends.
I guess it depends. But, like,
I mean,
the quantity of their relationships is very dependent, because then if it's like, if they haven't been in a lot of relationships that last longer than a month, but they've only been in, like, 5 relationships, that's different. If the same scenario, but, like, 17, that's a different story, because that's them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go neutral.
Yeah, I'm gonna say depends.
Alright. Multiple exes within the same year. Again, I think that just depends.
Within the same year, I'm gonna say bad but manageable. I'd have to figure out what's going on there. That's kind of what I was going at with the whole too close in proximity of time.
Alright, sounds like it bounces out and depends again then. Never been in a relationship.
Does not matter.
Neutral.
Yeah, I think it also doesn't matter.
That doesn't say much about... Yeah, that...
Alright, puts a lot of labels on themselves.
Are they good labels or bad labels?
Just lots of labels. I mean, this is so normal, fucking neutral, I guess.
This seems like the same kind of person who would describe themselves as neurodivergent or neurotypical, though, Tanner.
Kind of, but also not really.
I'm gonna say depends.
I think it's neutral. It's whatever.
Okay.
Tanner, would you also put it?
Yeah, I put it at neutral.
Okay, perfect. Constantly brings up an ex.
Not the worst thing, I guess, but also stop it.
Yeah, because, like, even if it's, like, bringing them up to shit on them...
I think if they're, like, shitting on them, then it's like, okay, sure, whatever. If they're bringing them up because, like... Well, my ex would do this thing for me or something. It's like...
Well, that's a deal breaker.
Well, that
I don't
sucks.
give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go not the worst thing.
Alright, lacks empathy.
I mean, I feel like this goes along the lines of fucking, lack of... We had one earlier just like this one. Was like...
We did have one earlier that was
lack of emotional availability.
Yeah, I think it's bad but manageable for me.
Yeah, I'll say that.
I'll agree as well.
Fantastic.
How many of these are there?
A lot.
Oh
Holy
my god.
shit. We got a lot of red flags to comb through, boys. Let's get it.
Speed round.
Alright, so they only have female friends.
That's fine.
I think that doesn't matter whatsoever.
Does not matter.
Tanner, what'd you say?
I said good.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Let's say they only have male friends.
I'm gonna say... Honestly, I'm gonna say instant deal breaker.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm gonna go neutral.
Listen, dude.
I would say not the worst thing. I think it balances out there.
That's fine.
References outdated gender roles. Okay, so you're dating Tanner, Dylan. How do you feel about this?
You mean that he uses male and female?
No.
See, that's very funny, Dylan. So this one, obviously, like, this is only a problem if you're a woman, you know? So, like, yeah, I like this.
Okay. What does this mean?
You know, like, oh, the woman stays home and takes care of the house and the man goes out and works.
Yeah, or they're like, well, you're the man, you have to pay for this meal, stuff like that. You have to, like, buy me shit or something like that.
Bad but manageable.
What?
I also think it's bad but manageable, so...
You guys are so gay.
We'll go not the worst thing.
Cool, I guess.
You can find their whole social life on social media.
Bad but manageable.
I think it's not the worst thing.
Their whole social... I'd probably go bad but manageable as well.
Okay. They say, no drama, please.
Is that bad? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't really care. Neutral.
Yeah.
Neutral, I guess? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Fucking
They're
instant
a
deal
furry.
breaker. I saw that coming a mile away. I was ready for it.
Yeah, deal breaker.
No, you
Okay.
thought about that for a second. What were you going to say?
I did think about it for a second, and then I decided deal breaker.
Okay.
Okay.
Their only hobbies include...
Hold on, what was yours, Nico?
I also said instant deal breaker.
He said it
Okay.
immediately after I did.
Yeah. Their only hobbies include TV, video games, or their computer, etc. Just like a lot of indoor sort of things. Could be good. I don't care.
Not the worst thing, I guess.
Yeah, it could be good.
Yeah. One word replies.
Honestly, this is gonna sound wild, but instant deal breaker.
Bad but manageable.
I also think bad but manageable.
I almost put it there.
Talk shit behind their friends' backs.
Instant deal breaker.
I don't care.
This, I'm gonna say not the worst. This sounds like a pretty normal thing that I've experienced, so. Is the victim in every story they tell.
Instant deal breaker.
Dude, this is another thing where, like, if you take a stand on this, like, you're just doomed.
Dude, well, we put lack of accountability in instant deal breaker. This is basically the same thing.
You don't
Yes.
understand what I'm saying here.
Apparently not. I view them as the same thing.
I'm saying that this is a trait so common to all of womankind that to say this is an instant deal breaker is to remove yourself from the dating pool entirely.
Okay. I mean, you guys are already dating people and I'm not interested, so what's the problem here?
What the hell is he talking
What's the point in you
about?
participate in any of this, Dylan?
Because it's fun.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, it's the same as lack of accountability.
I'll go not the worst thing.
I also think not the worst thing.
Wild.
They act like they're better than everyone else.
Instant deal breaker.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Always feels the need to prove themselves. Whatever, I don't really care that much.
Yeah, I'll go neutral.
Okay, cool. Rude to their parents. I think that depends on their relationship with their parents.
I guess so.
Like, are their parents assholes?
It's very situational.
Yeah.
I'd go bad but manageable.
Okay. Move it to not the worst then.
Fair.
Can't text in complete sentences.
Are they illiterate or lazy?
I'd assume lazy.
Bad but manageable.
This is yet another where, like, I'd love to take a strong stand against this, but, like, I'm not allowed to.
I disagree. I've interacted with plenty of women who are definitely able to text in complete sentences.
I have not.
Okay.
Bad but manageable, I guess.
There we go.
I'll also say bad but manageable.
He did it.
They're an attention sponge.
Could
Bad
be
but
good.
manageable.
Yeah, I'm pretty neutral on it. I don't really mind that much.
Huh.
You have to make all the big plans.
Not the worst thing.
Okay. I'm neutral on that. I don't really care. They want to make all the big plans. Again, I'm neutral on that. I don't really care
Neutral.
that much.
Could be good.
I'll say
Okay.
could be good, actually, yeah.
Okay. Let's bump it up then.
There we go.
They're always on their phone.
Bad but
And
manageable.
they eat hot chip and lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say bad but manageable.
Not the worst thing.
Okay. They're into celebrity gossip or reality TV.
Bad but manageable.
I don't really care.
Yeah, I guess neutral.
Fantastic. Dylan put it pretty low though, so they have bad hygiene or do not take care of their health. I'm gonna say deal breaker on that
Instant
one.
deal breaker.
Yeah, I'll agree.
It's not hard, just do it.
They always want to eat out. Same, brother.
Bad but manageable.
Not the worst thing.
I'm gonna say bad but manageable too.
Shit gets expensive, dude.
Exactly. Especially for
Facts.
2 people. No, thank you. Likes going for drinks often.
Not the worst thing.
Oh,
I don't
neutral.
really drink, but
Yeah, I'll say not the worst thing too. They struggle keeping a job.
bad but manageable, I guess.
I'm also
Deal
thinking bad
breaker.
but manageable. Deal
Fucking
breaker
Tanner.
for Tanner though.
Wait,
Okay,
but you
yeah.
just... Never mind.
What?
I was going back to the whole outdated gender roles thing. We can move on.
This guy he doesn't know what the fuck is going on or what any of this means. He doesn't
Sure
have the
I do.
cultural literacy to understand what we're saying.
That's wrong.
In Dylan's
you're
defense,
wrong.
it's like, okay, well, so let's say if the girl, like, you know, they want to be like a stay-at-home person or whatever, like, that's fine for you, presumably, but if they can't keep a job, then that's not okay.
Yeah.
if she wants to, I see these as like opposing things. Like,
Okay.
if she wants to be a stay-at-home wife, then yes, it doesn't matter if she can keep a job. But I feel like by saying can't keep a job, it is implying that they are trying to be employed. So if you are not, like, I'm not crossing these at all, you know?
Alright, just
Like
checking.
if you're a girl who says, yeah, I want to have a job, and you cannot keep a job, then that's a deal breaker.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's say if they call themselves a nice girl.
Neutral. I don't. Whatever.
Yeah, I'd say neutral.
What the fuck does that mean?
And Dylan, are you familiar with what nice guys are? "Quote unquote" nice guys?
Not
This is gonna
necessarily.
take too long to explain to him.
I think it's been a fucking topic in here forever because we were wanting to explain to him at some point.
Yeah.
They affectionately refer to their friends as bitches. I don't care.
Not the
Yeah, I
worst
don't care
thing.
either.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
They swear a lot. I don't care.
Bad but manageable.
What?
Yeah.
Depends on the situation.
I think it's neutral as long as they know to not, like, swear in front of, like, my parents or something. It's totally fine.
Right.
Alright, I think that goes and depends then. Is against swearing.
Not the worst thing.
I think that'd be bad but manageable for me.
Interesting.
The problem is, like, I think that is a good quality in a person,
Yes.
but also it is not compatible with me
Exactly.
currently, at the very least.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's my mindset too.
I'd say not the worst thing.
I held
Okay.
that quality for so long, you have no idea.
Dude, me
Oh.
too.
They like spicy food.
I actually like that.
Who cares?
Exactly. I don't care.
I mean, listen,
Are there,
dude, I'm
are there
trying
people...
to...
Again, most of these I think are coming from the female perspective. Are there women out there that are like, ugh, he likes spicy food. I saw him eat a habanero pepper once and it gave me the ick. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't know, I'm just trying to catch some dubs here. Our tier list is understandably looking lopsided here, so...
I mean, yeah, it should.
They dislike spicy food. Again,
Do
I
not
don't
care.
care.
I don't care.
They like sweets. I don't care.
Do not care.
Actually, I like
like this. Yeah.
Fair enough.
They dislike sweets. Don't like this. Deal breaker.
I don't... Well, I'm gonna say not the worst thing.
I'll also say not the worst.
I mean,
Okay.
it's fucking weird, but
Yeah.
I know
I
a lot
guess
of people who
neutral?
don't like sweets, dude. It's not that weird.
Yeah.
my relationship is not contingent on the foods they're consuming in almost all circumstances.
I would hope not.
All right. Fast food is their favorite genre of food.
Is it a genre? The fuck?
Doesn't matter.
Bad
Yeah,
but
I mean,
manageable.
I
That
think
goes
it
along
doesn't
with like
matter
the
either.
constantly wants to eat out. That shit gets expensive.
Yeah, but like it's not saying like they constantly want to do it. It's just their favorite type of food.
I think that's a problem. I don't want to be like, oh, let's have a date night. It's like, ah, fucking McDonald's for the 15th time.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
I've had that happen
damn it.
before.
God
It's
damn
very
it.
silly. Does not have a degree nor working towards one. I don't care.
Don't care.
I'd even go so far as to say could be good.
What
Okay.
the
They have a lot of debt. I think
Bad
this
but
depends.
manageable.
Yeah, this massively depends on what a lot is.
And like why
What
it's
kind?
debt? Like is it a student loan? Then in which case, sure, whatever. Everyone has that. Is it like
I
medical
don't-
debt? Like
For me, the kind of debt does not matter. I don't like debt in general,
Same.
especially if this is like, you know, a serious relationship where I will eventually be taking on the burden of that myself.
I mean, I think it does depend because, like, you know, if in either the previous ones I said before, it's like, well, there are very good reasons for that. But if it's like, you know, they have a lot of credit card debt, then that speaks much more to like the type of person that they are, and they're just like general financial responsibilities that they normally partake in.
There
you know?
are some forms of debt that are worse than others, but I think all forms of debt are bad at a base level.
Well, yeah, that's...
I
yeah.
agree, but again, I think the context matters on why they have the debt.
Yes.
Has a lot of debt. Ah, man, I'm in between deal breaker and bad but manageable.
Join me in bad but manageable, Tanner. You know you want to.
Yeah, I'll probably do bad but manageable.
Fucking
Okay. Never traveled outside their hometown.
literally doesn't matter.
I
Actually,
don't
it
care
could be
that
good. I say this could be good. Because that...
Yeah, you can show them the world, dude.
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. I love that shit. I actually like that a lot, actually. Hold on.
There we go. Tanner, were you putting up?
You know, this one, you know, not to tattletale out of school, this one very much applies to my girlfriend. And you know, Dylan, I think you've convinced me to adopt a more positive attitude about this, so I'll go could be good.
Bro, I love showing shit off to people.
They want kids.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, I like this too. Does not want kids. Deal breaker.
Deal breaker. And I will speak on behalf of Jackson. I will inherit the spirit of Jackson. Actually, guys, I like this a lot. I think this is pretty fucking sweet.
That's so real. That's him. That's what he would say in this situation.
That's exactly what he'd sound like.
Needs a lot of personal space.
What's a lot of personal space is the question. Because, like, there's an understandable amount of personal space, and then there's, like, are they doing, like, I don't know.
I'll go bad but manageable.
I'm gonna
manageable.
Also say that, I guess.
What I'm imagining is that, like, you kind of have to come up with specific times that are almost pre-planned where intimacy is cool with them, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, they like cartoons.
Doesn't matter.
I like
this. I like this.
I'm assuming this applies to anime as well.
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Could be good, actually. Fuck it.
There we go. Hates cartoons. They hate fun. Instant deal breaker.
Yeah, I guess hate
does not matter.
Hate does portray. I'll say deal breaker. Fuck it.
There we go. All right, we can move
that narrows down so much more. Like, options you have for entertainment. Like, you want to go to the movies like we have in the past. You want to go see, like, a fucking Demon Slayer movie or some shit like that. And you just can't watch it with them because they just don't appreciate that kind of stuff.
Sitting there huffing and puffing.
Yeah,
I don't think that part matters as much. For me, it's more so it just speaks to the person. Where, like, yeah, I just hate this entire medium. It's like, why?
What are you, my mom?
That's for children. They're talkative online, but silent IRL.
Fuck, this is so real.
I don't know if this is deal breaker or not.
I think it's bad but manageable.
Not the worst thing.
What was it again?
Okay.
It's talkative on social media, but quiet in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, deal breaker. That's fucking weird.
Your friends do not like them. I think it depends. For the most part, it's like, well, I don't care if my friends really like them, you know? Because, like, well, it's my relationship. I like them, so who cares? But if they dislike them for other reasons, where it's like, hey, we really think that this person is a bad person, or you don't think it's a good idea for you to be with them, that does matter a bit.
I was gonna say that that exact scenario is a little too real. That's why I'm not really sure about this one.
I'm really stuck in this conundrum where if I ask myself, would I trust you guys to judge, you know, a girlfriend of mine? The answer is no. But then if I ask, should three of us be allowed to adequately judge one of your guys' girlfriends? My answer would be yes. So I think that means, yeah, I guess I'll agree with depends.
Okay.
I'll say depends. I do have actual personal experience with this one, so.
Extreme involvement with parents.
What does
Again,
that mean?
I think it depends. Why? Like,
they just call their parents a lot?
Yeah,
they're really
maybe
close to their parents?
Literally does not matter.
It's like they call their mom every day or something. Like, my mom is my best friend.
Okay.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I think it depends.
Okay.
So we'll move it there. Has an addiction.
I'm assuming this applies to drugs as well, or maybe that is the exact context of this.
There is some wiggle room depending on how broadly we're defining addiction. If we're sticking with, like, the typical stuff that comes to mind, I'm gonna go deal breaker.
I'm also gonna say deal breaker.
Yeah, sorry, babe. Not really super into a girl who's, like, hooked on black tar heroin or something, you know?
Yeah, for real.
Only texts you at night. I'm neutral to it. It's like, maybe they're just really busy during the day, you know?
Depends.
I guess I can see that. It's a bit weird to me. So I'll go not the worst thing.
I'll I'm just gonna... This puts into context of, like, inconsistent communication, so I'll say it depends.
Okay. How about they're just bad at communicating in general?
Not the worst.
Okay.
I don't know, it's between bad but manageable and deal breaker for me.
For me, this is another, like, this is, a universal constant, so...
Is bad, like, in the context of they just don't know how to communicate clearly, or, like
they're
what
physically impaired from communicating?
Like, what is the context of bad at communicating? Like, is it
I
back
don't
to the
know.
inconsistent thing, or...
I have the same context here as you do.
I'll say bad but manageable just for the sake of leeway.
I'll also say bad but manageable. Communication, very important, very important.
Yeah.
Describes their exes as crazy.
Whatever, I don't get...
Yeah, I don't care.
I think it depends.
I mean, I don't...
Like, are their exes actually crazy? How many exes do they have? Like, have they dated like 20 people and they were all crazy?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World situation.
Alright, they cheated in the past.
Deal breaker.
Also deal breaker for me.
I'm gonna go neutral, I don't care.
Holy
Damn.
shit. God damn. I used to be the same way.
I've never been the same way. I've always been very much so against it, even before I got cheated on.
Damn.
Needs to be reassured often.
Good. Wait.
Well,
I'll say good.
I think it doesn't matter.
I think it depends.
Okay.
I just find that kind of cute.
It is kind of cute. I think it's fine for the most part, though.
Yeah.
It does get annoying eventually.
If they're like constantly needing reassurance on like the same thing that you've like
Yeah.
reassured them on many times before, I could see how that would get annoying.
It
But
does.
for the most part, I
Babe,
think
please,
it's totally
I
fine.
find you attractive.
Yeah.
They disrespect animals.
Funny.
Are they? I mean,
It's
we
not
can
an
find.
option.
We can put everything. It depends on the situation. This could just be them being afraid of animals.
Potentially.
Disrespects? I don't care.
Like I got dogs. I want them to love my dogs. I love my dogs.
I mean, I kind of want to put this in depends too. It's like, do they beat animals? That's not good.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
a deal breaker.
that's a deal
Do they
breaker.
just not really like them that much? It's like kind of
I
whatever.
like to
then
interpret
I guess.
this as they don't respect the concept of animals.
I'll say not the worst thing, I guess.
I'll say depends. So
Yeah, I think that brings it down to depends.
Okay.
let's go.
They have trust issues. Don't
Deal
we
breaker.
all?
I tried not to. You guys make it hard.
Bad but manageable?
I'll say neutral. I don't really.
What the fuck? Okay, I can't get into it with you guys.
Actually, I'll say it depends. I guess it depends on the context of the trust issues themselves.
I just need somebody who can trust me, dude. That's like one of the foundational building blocks.
Okay, so you're saying deal breaker.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We'll put it there then.
Yeah.
Does not understand pop culture references.
Literally do not care. Actually, it could be good.
Yeah, then you can be on the same wavelength.
Okay, Tanner.
I guess I'll go neutral.
I'll also go neutral on that.
That is crazy. Why do you guys shit on me so much then? What the fuck?
It's funny.
Is it because
It
I'm
is
not an
funny.
attractive woman?
Yeah.
God damn it.
If you're an attractive woman, we'd also make fun of you if that helps.
Fuck!
True.
Can't win.
Parents track their location.
Is that a red flag on them, though? Like, what if it's something they can't... I guess she has to consent
I
to
think
it.
I have to go deal breaker on this. That's too much, man.
But, like...
That's a pretty big overreach from their parents.
Yeah, but she's also... Like, especially if she's an adult, she has control over that. Like, she could say no.
Well,
What?
I mean, the context of this list is that this is like a non-negotiable. Like, we're assuming we cannot change any of these things.
Fair. I'll say deal breaker, because, yeah, that shit's fucking weird.
I would say bad but manageable.
Into deal breaker it goes.
Nico's gonna leave the phone at an indeterminate location while him and her go off and do something.
I mean, it's
You
like,
scoundrel.
what's like the worst that comes of them knowing her location at all times?
Cock blocking.
They fucking in a public space again. God damn it.
The phone won't tell them that.
I mean, but, the cock blocking's real, though.
Alright, they smoke. I'm assuming
Deal
that this is
breaker.
tobacco. I'd say deal breaker.
It doesn't matter. Well,
Yeah.
actually, can I be hypocritical about this?
I think that if it's like marijuana, it's fine as long as they're not like a total pothead.
Well, I don't know if I could say instant deal breaker because I can't be hypocritical.
Are you saying
about
you
it.
smoke? What is?
Occasionally.
he smokes that
Okay.
hookah, dude.
I mean, you're allowed to be hypocritical. It is
I don't want to
a
be,
bit
though.
funny to just out yourself like that, though.
I mean, I don't care, dude.
Yeah, I'm totally using a double standard here, but
I'm gonna say depends.
Okay. Tanner, you also said deal breaker, right?
yeah, I'm sticking with this is just like cigarettes or something and
Yeah, if
saying
it's
a
that-
deal breaker.
I'll put it this way for you guys. If it's like weed or like cigarettes or whatever the fuck, that's a deal breaker. That I don't need that shit. If it's just
Weed
like
is also a deal breaker.
yeah, but if it's like because when I do it to like hang out and like talk, so it's just whatever.
You're doing it
So-
socially.
Yes.
I don't know if I knew this about Dylan before.
I'm pretty sure I
He's
said
definitely
this
talked
before.
about it before. All right, they do drugs.
Deal breaker. What the fuck? Tanner.
Like Nico mentioned, like, if they enjoy a bit of the weed here and there, I don't care too much. Does drugs comes with an implication I feel like is a bit more than that,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'll agree with deal breaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if weed counts as drugs anymore
As a
since it's
drug?
become so legalized. Well, yeah, it's just, I don't, because maybe
yeah,
I just
it's still
have
a
it.
drug. I mean, prescription medication is legal, and that's still a drug.
I guess that's fair. Fuck. Alright.
All right, they are bad at driving.
Universal constant.
Not the worst thing. They don't have
I
to
mean,
drive. I can drive.
I've never been in a relationship where I did not do all of the driving, so does not matter.
I guess
I'm
that's
gonna say it
well,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I drove most of the time, so like, not the worst thing.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Excessive thirst for anime women or men. Why do you have to out me like this? Come on.
This is a fucking weird one.
I'm gonna say could be good, you know? We can bond over anime.
Bad but
guess
manageable.
Doesn't matter.
Bad but manageable.
Alright, sounds like it'll balance out there,
I think you
guess.
have to up it by one more, to be honest.
Dude, let's leave it there. Overly
Okay.
quirky.
Could be good. I don't.
This is a menacing phrase.
It is.
There's a lot of dark energy around this wording here.
Quirky.
I mean,
Overly quirky.
Isn't this that they're just happy or chipper all the time? Isn't that what that's supposed to mean?
No.
What the fuck is this supposed to mean?
This is a complex term. I don't know if I'm equipped to try explaining to you right now.
For the first time in Guapish history. Let me see if I can Google this shit really quick.
I'm gonna
I
go
guess.
pull up the definition of quirky real quick.
Okay,
see
yeah,
if it
read
gives
the
us something
Urban
useful.
Dictionary definition of quirky, and we will make our decision off of that.
Someone who thinks they're doing something special and different, but in reality they are just annoying.
Oh, so they think they're hot shit for no reason, basically.
No, that's definitely not
No.
it.
That's definitely what I'd... Okay.
All of these definitions are just referencing white women.
I'm gonna say bad but manageable just to get it out of the way.
I'm gonna go with not the worst thing.
I almost put it there. It's just like...
None of these definitions really get at what it summons in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go bad but manageable.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, even though I don't know the definition, I feel like I can imagine this person in my head.
They're extremely indecisive.
Well, this doesn't help, because I am also pretty
Universal
indecisive.
constant.
I think it's neutral.
Yeah, I'll agree.
I think it's fine, I don't know. I guess if we're both indecisive. I just fucking
Has
did it.
has a very specific coffee order. I don't
Literally
care.
do
Why,
not care.
why would
I'd
that
even
matter
go
to me?
good because that just makes it easier for me to order it for her.
Okay.
Nah, dude, the name gets too long.
They quote TikTok's IRL.
This is deeply cringe, but I'm not on TikTok,
Bad
so I
but
won't even
manageable.
know. So neutral.
Yeah, I'm also neutral. Bad but manageable, Dylan. Jesus.
What?
He has a weird scale for this stuff.
Gamer. I like this.
I like this.
I like this.
Yeah. Has a stuffed animal collection. This is every woman I've ever interacted with in our age
Depends
group.
on the situation.
What?
What?
I'm neutral.
Yeah, I don't care.
Female with masculine hobbies.
Such as...
That
What are
We don't
masculine
know.
hobbies? Tanner, what
they're
are
really
masculine
into
hobbies?
chainsaw sculptures.
Yeah. Video games, reading books that aren't softcore porn, stuff like that.
I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess.
I think it could be good.
I think I'll go neutral as well.
Okay. They have anger issues.
Deal breaker.
Honestly, that's kind of cute.
Tanner is like safely.
Yeah, not the
able to say
worst
this.
thing.
I don't want to deal with that shit, dude.
I'm between manageable and deal breaker. I'm probably going deal breaker on that one.
Whoa.
Had a recent on again, off again relationship. I don't really care.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. I
don't-
don't care.
What? What do you mean? What does that even mean?
Recently, they were in a relationship with someone where they would date them, stop dating them, date them, stop dating them
Depends.
a couple of times.
I'm gonna say doesn't matter. Does not like when you are with friends.
Honestly, deal breaker.
That's definitely a little rough.
I don't think so. I think if we can't be friends with the same people, then
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with not being friends with the same people. I think it's pretty normal to have different friend groups.
but like in this context, if you're not friends with the same people and also she doesn't like it when you hang out with them, the fuck.
Yeah. I'm gonna say bad but manageable.
Yeah, I'll agree bad but manageable.
Okay. I like it when a girl's a little clingy, I think that shit's cute.
I think
You
people
better.
need to be okay on their own, but that's just my opinion.
I also agree. Says they do not care.
I genuinely don't understand what this one is trying to say, so I'll go neutral.
Yeah, I'll also go neutral. Like, hey, where do you want to eat today? Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, that's a perfect.
I guess it
normal
depends.
thing. I feel like there's some cultural reference here I'm not getting.
Potentially. If it's
I
like,
don't know.
hey, I'm having a really rough day, like, oh, I don't care. It's like- it depends, I guess. Refuses to try.
I would genuinely just find that funny.
Refuses to try your hobbies.
Not the worst thing.
Neutral, I don't care.
Yeah, I think it's fine. What, you're not into Yu-Gi-Oh? Hit the... No motivation, dreams, or goals.
Deal breaker.
I think that one's pretty rough. I think I would also go deal breaker.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with you guys.
There we go. I honestly thought I'd be alone on that one.
Nah, I think you have to have some ideas of what you want to do with your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I feel like no motivation, dreams, or goal. Like, at that point, I'm just like, why are you dating me then?
Yeah.
True.
Like, this is just something to do for no reason, I guess, to that kind of a person?
Yeah.
What?
That's what it seems like. They're just going with the flow of life, They won't let you use their phone.
Depends.
I don't care.
I think it's not the worst thing. So
That
you
goes
can
with
go
trust
there.
issues.
Yeah. Likes obscure music only. Could be good.
Only
Yeah, only. They only like obscure music.
Not the worst thing.
depends.
I think it could be good, I think that they can definitely introduce you to some cool new shit. How about they just don't like music at all?
God.
I don't care.
Deal
I also
breaker.
don't care.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah,
It ultimately isn't really a factor in my life.
exactly.
Music is such a big deal to me, though, like, to be completely honest. Bad but manageable, I suppose. I'm not gonna say
Okay.
deal breaker.
Yeah, again, it's weird, but as long as they're not like, you're in the car together, like, no, turn off the music. I don't like music at all. And it's like,
Right. That's like if it's like they don't like pizza, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's incredibly fucking strange, but it doesn't really have any deep implications about you as a person, I
Exactly.
guess.
Yeah.
they're a bit of an early bird.
I like this.
I
I
don't
like
care.
this.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Let's move it up there then. How about they're a night owl?
I like this, too.
I like this one.
Does not matter.
Cool.
Fuck.
We flipped there. They're chronically online.
Dude, same?
Deal breaker?
I feel like I can't judge them here, so neutral.
I mean, Tanner, I don't think you're chronically online. You're just
That's
online.
how good I am at hiding it.
Okay. I also am not friends with you on any gaming platform, so that helps you, I guess.
I'm gonna say not the worst thing for this one.
Huh. Okay.
They're a Disney adult.
What does this mean?
Okay, so, liking Disney movies, that's fine. But then we have Disney adults, Dylan. And these people really like Disney.
Bad but manageable.
Okay.
I also really like Disney, so hold on.
I don't think you fully understand here, Dylan. Like, Disneyland
their
is their mecca,
personality.
okay?
What?
Like, they worship Disney.
Oh. Bad but manageable.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
At our current age, not a huge deal to me. As we get into our 30s, and God forbid our 40s,
God forbid.
this becomes an exponentially worse trait in a person. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna call it a deal breaker.
Okay. I think it's bad but manageable.
I don't think I have enough bearing on this topic to know, so yeah.
Okay. Racist comments as a joke.
Deal breaker.
I like this.
Fuck you, Tanner. You're a lying piece of shit.
We've all
So
made
this
some
is a deal breaker for a relationship, but like we make racist comments as a joke all the time. You're
don't.
chill with being friends with us.
Yes.
Dylan, you make racist comments pretty frequently, but they're never as a joke.
What? How do I make racist jokes?
All right, Tanner, please edit together a times Dylan was inadvertently racist compilation and put it right here. Anyway, for me,
Yeah, that's what I
think
thought. You had nothing.
I think it depends on the situation. Like,
I accidentally put together a times Dylan was racist compilation.
I like how as a joke is in quotation marks, expressing that it is not in fact a joke.
That's my favorite part of it, dude.
exactly.
Dude, do you know how awesome it would be if my girlfriend was like genuinely racist?
That's why I'm putting in it depends. Like, if I feel like they're genuinely racist, then I would have to say that's a deal breaker. Since I have a rather diverse family, but
Yeah,
as long
true.
as it's like,
Same.
a genuine joke, then I think it's fine.
I don't have a diverse family and my girlfriend is black, so that there's nothing but upsides if she were racist.
Where are you guys
no.
putting it? I didn't hear either your answers.
I don't remember.
I
think
was
said deal
genuine when
breaker.
I said I like this.
Oh, okay, Dylan, what'd you say?
I said deal breaker. I think it stays in depends.
Yeah, we'll keep it there then. They have dark humor.
Bad but manageable.
Could be good.
I think it'd be good.
What the fuck?
Go into
Awful.
then. They watch porn. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
We're getting to the end here, boys. We're getting there. Dylan, how do you feel about them watching porn?
Bad but manageable.
Really? Why is that?
Are you being a hypocrite here?
No.
Dylan,
Okay.
you've told me that you look at porn.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's different because they're a woman.
Anyway.
We'll put in depends then, I guess. Does not ever dress up for a date. I don't really
Not
care.
the
I'll
worst
put in
thing.
neutral. I think it's
Yeah, I
cute when
don't
they
really
dress
care.
up, but like I don't think it's super necessary. Dylan, you said not the worst thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll put it there then. Tries to act cool. Same here, brother. I don't
Does
care.
not matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Assume familiarity very early on.
Assume familiarity?
Yeah. Like, they act like you know each other better than you do already.
Could be good, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Sure.
I
This
feel
is
like
a weird one.
it is. I feel like that makes things feel more friendly.
Yeah.
They love bomb.
I don't know what that means.
I like this.
What is love bombing?
So, from what I thought love bombing was, is they just like kind of like overload you with like love
No.
and shit like that. From what I've been told recently, though, what it actually is that like they do that, but then like they take the love away, and it's just kind of
No,
a cycle
so-
like that.
It's like a psychological manipulation tactic.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, they are trying to get you to engage in behaviors that they want you to, and so whenever you do one of those things, they'll, compliment you, send tons of love and whatever, and then, continue to encourage you. It's most heavily associated with, like, trans communities online, where they'll, approach vulnerable young people and be like, you'd look so cute if you wore a skirt as a guy, and then they'll, like, take a picture of themselves wearing a skirt, and then they'll love bomb that person to create this, like, dopamine cycle of, oh, if I start transitioning, people will, like, be nice to me.
Well, I was fine with this until you got to that latter portion of the discussion.
Yeah. You also have a lot of experience with this one, Dylan.
I'm gonna put it in depends, I guess. Actually, bad but manageable. Let's throw it there.
I don't know how to feel about
suppose.
this anymore. Tanner has put me in a really
He
weird
shocked
spot.
your system.
I'm gonna go I like this just because I'm pretty psychologically resilient.
That's also my mindset about it too, but I feel like the fact that it has a lot of intention behind it is the problem, and that they're, like, intentionally trying to manipulate you, which is the issue.
Universal constant.
Huh.
So where are you putting it, Dylan?
I'll just leave it in bad but manageable. I don't know.
Fantastic. They're bumping it up then for Tanner. They say I love you very early on.
Could
I
be
like
good.
this. I embarrassingly do this, honestly.
I absolutely do it.
There we go. I'm not the first one
I'll
to say
say
it.
I love you by, like, the third date sometimes.
Yeah. Dylan, where'd you put it?
Could be good.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll leave it there then. They forget the important holidays or anniversaries. Okay. So does this mean that, like, Christmas Day comes and they don't realize it? Or do
That'd be...
they, like, forget to, like, get you something for those holidays, or...
Well, I think either way it's implied that that would be the case.
Yeah.
I have to go neutral, and also this is me, so...
God, what?
I actually forgot, like, what day my 1 year anniversary was, and she was none too pleased about that.
Damn. Dude, I got that
I'm
shit
like,
on
I
lock.
can't help it that I'm a friggin' leave it to beaver stereotype, you know?
I'm gonna say bad but manageable. I am very meticulous with keeping a schedule.
I think I'll also go bad but manageable. Yeah, if it's, like, a constant thing, that does kind of suck, because I do think that kind of shows, like, a lack of caring on their part, assuming, like, you voice that this is something you do actually care about. But, yeah, I think...
I say knock it down one then, since I'm in neutral.
True. Okay. Calls you daddy, or... Yeah, I guess just calls you daddy.
Deal breaker. This has deeper implications.
What if I want to call her daddy, though?
That's fucking weird.
I think it's not the worst thing.
What the fuck?
I guess bad but manageable. I'm not into it, but unfortunately I've been Pavlov dogged into being okay with it.
Gotcha.
It makes me very uncomfy.
Believes in conspiracy theories.
Could be good.
How heavily?
That's what I'm wondering. I think it depends.
I think it's fun to discuss them sometimes, like we do. But
I
if
feel
I
like
have to,
depends and could be good are kind of communicating the same thing, just from, like, a pessimist or an optimist perspective.
Exactly.
well, yeah, which is why they're not in the same location on the tier list, Tanner.
Okay.
So I guess that makes it neutral then.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Tries to convert your beliefs. That's a deal breaker. I think that really sucks.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
do
fuck that shit.
What do you mean? What, just like if she is of a certain religion, she tries to get you into it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's on a constant basis to try to do
Why
it.
is
Like,
this different from just like why are you guys cool with her having different beliefs?
I
but
think
then she
the
can't-
fact that she's trying to convert you implies, like, she's trying to get you to not believe like your own religion anymore. She just wants you to, like, follow hers now.
also, keep in mind, Tanner.
I just
didn't-
find it weird that, like, the implication here is that I guess you think it's possible to be in a relationship with someone of a totally different faith than you, and then neither of you try converting each other at all.
See,
Yeah,
but here's
I
the
think that's totally possible.
That's fucking weird as hell. Depends on the situation.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is it reverts back to depending on the situation, because it's like, if it's like a difference of Catholicism and Christianity, that doesn't necessarily matter all that much. I would personally still say deal breaker or bad but manageable to that one. So I'm not really diverging too far off of that idea.
Alright, sounds like it'll land there then. They have no filter. I think it
Bad
could be
but
good.
manageable.
Depends on the situation. This is like with swearing, where it's like, as long as they can... Well, has no filter implies they can't turn it off. Hold on a second.
Also true.
It means they say whatever the fuck they're thinking. With
I'm
no
fine
regard.
with that, though, you know? I don't mind if they just, like, wear their heart on their sleeve, you know?
I'm gonna stick with depends.
You ever heard
Okay.
of tact, tone, and timing, my dude?
Yeah, but, like, you know.
Yeah. No.
I'd prefer that over them, just, like, being very secretive about how they feel.
But that's also that's a dichotomous situation. Anyway, let's move on.
Dichotom.
Alright, Dylan, get ready for this one. Strap in, dude. Strongly believes in zodiac signs and horoscopes and astrology.
Deal breaker.
I had a feeling. I think it's not the worst thing.
Again, this is a universal constant, so, like, I can't take a hard stand against this.
my
Bad
God.
but manageable.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Throws away leftovers.
I don't care. I'll eat them, but I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care either.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really care.
Oh, wait,
okay.
you mean like you're...
Hang on a second here, Dylan, real quick. Return to the zodiac sign one. You said that, like, you're okay with, like, if a girl has, like, a different religion, right?
preferably not, but sure.
Okay. Why are zodiac signs so different for you then?
Cause they're just stars in a certain orientation that man has described as their own things.
Yeah, well, Mohammed was just some pedophile in the desert.
I don't know anything about that or who that is, so that is irrelevant to me, Tanner.
You don't... Wait, hold on a second. You don't know who Mohammed is?
Not necessarily. I know he's like the religious leader of some religious thing.
Which one? Which religion is he
I
the
don't
leader
fucking
of?
know. I only care about the one
There's
I...
no... No, you do know. Which religion is it?
I don't know, fucking Islam, Hindu,
Yeah,
whatever the
you got
fuck.
it.
Oh my
You
god.
knew.
I didn't. I just took a wild stab there. What was
There's
the purpose
only
of this?
3 of them, and like...
What do you mean there's only 3 of them? What does that mean?
And Mohammed is a Middle Eastern name, it's just like...
No. What is... There's only 3 of them. What are you talking about?
There's only 3 major ones that we would reasonably expect you to know anything about.
Okay, I think I know the other one. What's the third one?
Jews.
Judaism.
What? I thought that was... And I'm not going to get into this. Hey, what was the purpose of bringing
What are you
this up?
talking about? The big 3 religions are Islam, Christianity, and Judaism.
I thought Judaism came from Christianity. Or whatever.
I can't. We need to go to the next one. I can't.
You brought this upon yourself, Tanner. Fuck you.
What do you mean came from... Jesus was a Jew!
Yeah, I know.
So how could it come from Christianity?
Dude, I don't know how any of that shit works.
We need to move to the next one. I can't with this.
I just want to say shout out to my Buddhist and Shinto brethren. You guys rock. We acknowledge you too.
I don't even know what the point of bringing any of that up was.
It was funny, so that's all
It
that
clearly
matters at
wasn't.
the
It
end of
pissed
the
Tanner off. It was funny
That's
for
why
me.
it's
Never
funny.
mind.
They go with the flow. I don't
like this.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I
think it
actually
could be
like
good.
this.
Yeah,
There we go.
they have road rage.
Bad but manageable.
Neutral does not matter.
Road rage causes car accidents.
I think it
Well, they're
depends
not
on how.
driving ever.
I mean,
Oh,
true,
that's
but
fair.
like, I don't think you need to be driving for there to be road rage, though.
I think it depends on just how severe it is. Like, do they just yell a lot when they're in the car, like "Ah, fuck you, asshole," or do they,
That's
or
what I'm
like trying to
imagining.
fucking run people off the road or something?
Either way, that doesn't matter. It's bad.
I think it's kind of funny if they get mad while they're driving.
I don't. That's cringe.
We'll leave it there then, I guess.
Okay.
Wants to live together within the first year before marriage.
within the first, so the before marriage, whatever, that's just the times now. Within the first year.
That seems normal to me. Maybe, is that weird?
I think you should date for like at least a year before you're considering moving in with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna move in together before a year, then you should be married, probably. Which, it's a weird standard I'm making up here, but... I'm gonna
say bad but manageable, just because that makes the most sense to me.
I think
I'll say...
Yeah, I think it depends.
Yeah, I'd say depends. Like, if you are just totally synced up on, like, what your goals in your life is, and, you know, you're aligned on, like, the super important beliefs and whatever, then I think it makes sense to do this.
Yeah, I think, like, even the year thing I stated before, I think that can be variable depending on the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't make time in their schedule to see you. That's pretty awful. I'm going to say it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because that's not going to change if the relationship goes any further.
Yeah, it's like, I want to be a priority in your life. You're just not going to move anything around to see me.
Right.
They have emotional outbursts.
Bad but manageable. At least they have an outlet, as opposed to people who bottle it in. I'm not referring to anybody in specific, but you know.
Yeah, I'm going to say bad but manageable too.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Alright, they solve disagreements with the silent treatment. I'm gonna say that's a deal. That's not solving anything, then.
Yeah, I'm gonna say deal breaker. Silence does not communicate anything, quite literally.
Yeah, it doesn't really help the situation.
And if anything...
yeah, I'll go deal breaker, I guess. This isn't one I have dealt with, like, at all, so...
Well, and like I was gonna say, that directly goes back to the last one with emotional outbursts. At least with the emotional outbursts, you're getting somewhere. With the silent treatment, you ain't doing shit.
I will also say, like, if they're being silent because, like, maybe they just need, like, time to, like, think about the situation or anything, that's totally fine. I get that. But, like, if they just do not want to communicate to, like, find a resolution whatsoever, then, yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, I mean, I would do the same thing. Like, I'd be like, at least communicate, you need to think about it. I would do that because I still kind of am, but I'm the kind of person where it's like, if I don't get left the fuck alone, I am the angriest person you will ever meet in your life. So it's kind of just an emotional safety thing for both me and them.
But they constantly make self-deprecating jokes. I think it's fine.
I don't think that's fine. That's a poor
I'm gonna say
self-image.
neutral.
Bad but manageable. I want to say deal breaker, but that's a little harsh.
That's definitely very harsh, I think.
Yeah, self-deprecating humor is very normalized with our generation.
As long as you genuinely, inherently don't believe it, then it's fine. But
yeah, but I think as long as you're not internalizing that sort of stuff, it's fine for the most part.
Unfortunately, in our day and age and culture, that's not the case. It usually is internalizing it.
Damn. They have a child from a previous relationship. Deal breaker.
Not the worst thing.
Damn.
Listen, dude, the previous father doesn't have anything to do with that child, so I'm gonna step up and be that father that they wouldn't have had, because, you know, that's something I would have wanted.
You're a better man than I, dude. Tanner, how about you?
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Yeah, I guess I'll go bad but manageable.
Okay.
For some reason, I imagine in my head, Tanner was like, no, only my children are allowed to exist. I would eat that child and replace it with my own.
Only my progeny. I need to devour him in order to send her back into heat.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
They don't ask questions about you.
Universal constant.
Why the fuck do you keep saying that?
That's my shorthand for this is something that all women display.
Not the worst thing. I don't need questions asked about me, but I also don't care if they do. It's kind of whatever.
I mean, I think it shows that they don't really have all that much interest in you as a person, though.
I mean, a lot of times they're just terrible at conversations and they weren't socialized correctly.
Yeah, it's
I'll say
possible.
bad but manageable. I can always just, you know, constantly interrupt her to tell her how I would have answered the question I just asked her.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll also go bad but manageable.
I can agree with you guys. I'm still going to keep it in not the worst thing.
Okay. Always wants to split the bill. Actually, I like this.
Bad but manageable.
What?
Could be good.
Like, you know, obviously, I think that it's, like, nice to be able to, like, no, I'm gonna, like, take you out, and I'm gonna treat you to dinner tonight.
Depends on the situation. I'll give you some.
Okay.
Usually, if I'm taking somebody to dinner, I do not expect them to pay, because that's a shitty thing to do, but...
I mean, yeah, like, if they say, hey, I want you to take me out to dinner tonight, and then you pay the bill, it's like, that's a little shitty, but, like, hey...
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just how it be, dude. Expects you to pay.
I think it lands and could be good.
Okay.
By the way.
What could be good? It doesn't land there. Never mind.
Why
yes,
doesn't
it does.
it land? Yeah. What the
I
fuck
forgot
are
where I
you
put
talking-
it. Sorry. Expects you to pay for everything.
Depends on... Well, I guess if we're dating, depends on the situation.
Everything. It's like,
Okay.
we're going
What are
clothes
the-
shopping, and she's like, hey, pay for all my stuff.
That's why I said depends on the situation. To be
Yeah.
honest, dude, depends on the situation was way too much of a scapegoat for this tier list.
It definitely is.
We can't change it now, though. Look how many things we
It's
have in
not
there.
even the biggest one.
I know, but still, like, it's such a nonchalant, like, throwaway, like, tier.
I feel like we've been using it responsibly.
Yeah.
Expect you to pay for everything.
I think it's bad but manageable. Like, I don't know. This kind of sounds like gold digger sort of mentality.
Fair enough, dude.
And she ain't messing with no broke.
Oh,
Not the worst thing.
Okay.
I think it lands in not the worst thing.
Yeah. They need to borrow money a lot.
See, that has some underlying
Bad but
pretenses.
manageable.
I'll say bad but manageable.
Yeah, sure, I'll put it there. You know, sometimes something comes up, sometimes you gotta spot them some cash, but if it's a lot...
It just means they're financially illiterate or irresponsible, and I don't want to deal with that shit.
Their whole personality revolves around one thing. I think it depends. How interesting is that one thing?
I'm gonna say bad but manageable. I don't think you should base your personality over one thing, regardless of what it is. It makes you a
I'll
very...
say not the worst.
Okay.
It makes you a very mentally and emotionally limited person.
Okay, but what if they're into something really cool like Playmobil, you know?
That's still a one-note
What if
subject,
they like
dude.
dinosaurs a lot?
That's still a one-note...
Actually, women are like always gonna choose some really stupid shit. I'll go bad but manageable.
Okay, we'll bump it up one.
Huh?
They say you don't own them until marriage. I'm gonna say
Neutral?
deal breaker.
I don't... But I wouldn't think this
Why,
at all.
why is this a deal breaker?
I think that the implication here, to me at least, is they're like, hey, if I want to like flirt with and like maybe fuck with some other dudes until we're married, then like...
I mean, I guess in that context, yeah, I say deal breaker. I wouldn't think the whole... Yeah, I'm not gonna dive into that. Deal breaker.
If that's the perspective you're getting, yeah, I can understand that's kind of toxic.
Kind of.
Tanner's into that shit. You know how many... I'm gonna stop.
I mean, it is. I'm not... I see the rationale there. I don't know if I'm there all the way in, like, interpreting this phrase that way. I'll go not the worst.
Okay. We'll put it there then. They always change the plans to better suit them.
Bad but manageable.
Yeah, I'll say bad but manageable.
I don't really get this one, to be honest.
It's like when you guys make plans together, and then low-key they didn't actually like those original plans, so they change it to something they'd much rather prefer.
I guess I'll go neutral.
Okay. Then we'll put it there. Can't handle me at my worst, don't deserve me at my best.
This is such
Deal
a
breaker?
generic phrase now that I don't even associate this with any specific type of girl anymore, so I guess I'll go neutral.
I just say deal breaker. This is a very higher than thou art kind of mindset, and I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, I'm with Dylan there. They miss high school.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't matter.
I think
Unless
like attributes of high school where you miss, where it's like, oh yeah, I miss hanging out with like all my high school friends and stuff. Like that was fun. They were just such simpler times. Like that's fine. If
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, that was just the best point of my life, period.
Yeah.
I miss fucking my gym teacher.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I'll go neutral.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say it depends.
I was gonna say, unless I'm missing something, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Unsure about their sexuality.
Deal breaker.
Yeah. I think that is probably a deal breaker for me. It kind of does depend though, because it's like, are they unsure like if they're like straight or like a lesbian? Like if that's the case, then that's really something you should sort out prior to trying to be in a long-term relationship.
How else could this be interpreted?
Like maybe they're
I'm gonna go neutral just because my interpretation is just like, oh, do I maybe also like girls? Not, oh, do I maybe not like men at all?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think I would say depends, because if it is like that first one where it's like, well, maybe I don't like men, then that's a deal breaker. If it's like, well, maybe I also like girls, then sure. But Dylan said deal breaker, so we'll put it there. Alright, constantly wants to take selfies or take photos together. I think that's cute.
Could be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Has a lot of noticeable tattoos.
Neutral? I don't really care.
Don't really care.
I'm gonna say it depends. I'm not a huge tattoo guy. Yeah, if it's like a lot of tattoos, I think that's... I'm not super into that. If it's like, I don't know, a lot of like smaller ones...
Are we talking like canvas as a lot, or like...
Like, you know, they got a couple of whole-ass sleeves going, like maybe some going up their neck, and...
My girlfriend has a decent number of tattoos, but like, to be honest, she's so dark-skinned, you don't even really see them.
Maybe she has like a puma going from like the top of her neck down to like her back, you know? Like, who knows?
I misinterpreted that slightly. I'm gonna say not the worst thing.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I didn't interpret, like, the quantity of tattoos.
He was unsure as to what a lot meant. Needs the relationship to include sex. I like this. I also do that.
like this.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
No, I agree with you guys.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're asexual or something, then
which one is asexual again?
What's the next one?
Constant messy living space. Not super into that. I think it's bad but manageable.
Not the worst thing.
Constant.
God damn it, shut the fuck up, Tanner.
Am I wrong? Women are fucking messy, dude.
No,
they can't
you
keep
are
their
wrong,
shit straight.
dude.
Yeah, I'll say neutral. Like,
Okay.
obviously, I keep a pretty tight ship in my own room.
I've seen your room. That's a lie, fucker.
It's not a lie. You just have, I don't. You live like fucking, I don't know, Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
I don't remember much about his cleanliness to really to have a feeling on that whatsoever. They don't express any issues during the relationship.
Red flag.
Ooh.
I don't know
This
why I
is a
said
deep
red flag.
one.
This one's a deal breaker.
Yeah, like if they have problems that they're just not bringing forth to you, that's an absolute deal breaker.
Yeah. I 100% agree,
The problem
Nico.
is, like, how do you find out about that before, you know, it just ends the
You
relationship?
don't,
Yeah,
Tanner.
things
That's
just
the funny
eventually
part.
boil
You
over.
don't, and you will never find out.
Fair enough. Am I that high, though?
You should be.
Yeah, I guess I'll say deal breaker.
There
Fantastic. Alright, have to do everything together.
we go. This one's...
Depends.
I also think it depends.
Yeah. It can get really annoying having to... Like, especially if you have plans and you're like, oh, well, can't you just do it by yourself? It's like, no, I want you there. And then you're like, ah, fucking fine. And you have to cancel your plans. It can get annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't hold eye contact during conversation. I don't really care all that much.
Yeah, I don't care.
Not the worst thing.
Okay. Going up there then. Lack of social life.
This goes back to
Depends.
the
Yeah, again,
friends
that
thing.
depends.
I don't know. I think it's bad but manageable. I almost want to say deal breaker.
Oh my god.
Well, listen, dude. I've lived this before. It's fine.
Alright, this is not their first marriage.
Deal breaker.
Yeah, I think that, like, at our age...
Yeah.
definitely makes sense as a deal breaker.
Oh, wait, I'm fucked.
agree.
Oh no.
I just hypocrisized myself.
Dude, just date MILFs.
No.
There you go.
I'll save him for Tanner.
What?
Nothing.
Treats you like their therapist.
I'd even, controversial opinion, I'd say could be good.
I am not a psychiatric professional. I am not equipped to deal with these situations. I think it's fine. That's a healthy avenue of communication. However, it depends on how deep this shit is. Because if it's just stuff that they need to get off their chest, fine. I can be there to like listen and shit. Because sometimes that's all I need. If it's like they have personal issues that need dealt with, I think talking to me doesn't solve shit. I'm gonna say depends.
Yeah. I definitely don't think that like you should be like loading all of your like baggage and stuff onto your partner. I don't think that's a great thing to be doing. You should definitely have more sort of like outlets for this sort of thing.
Yeah, like it definitely turns into one of those things. It's like you're having a bad day already, and then your wife comes home and just starts unloading more shit, and then you're in an even worse mood than before. So, and it wasn't even your fault.
I'll say bad but manageable on that.
I will also actually put it there.
Okay, sweet. Tanner, where'd you put it?
Could be good.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Go all
Tanner's
the way there,
gonna be
then. Okay, and lastly, they're not an active listener. Kind of a lame one to end on, but
man, I'd be
neutral. I don't
super
care.
hypocritical if I didn't.
I'll say not the worst.
I'm gonna say bad but manageable.
Okay.
I do this myself, and I know that shit's annoying as hell.
Oh yeah. And there we have it, folks. That's it. That's the entire red flag tier list. This shit went on for quite a while.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Jesus.
I hope you enjoyed writing all these down, figuring out how exactly you can date Dylan, become the perfect woman for him, and
There we go.
guess we're off to the races.
Speaking of red flags,
Oh, I was gonna give him my phone number.
Speaking of red flags, I think that we're going to discover some brand new red flags over on Guapish at the Movies.
Thriller night.
Oh, he said it? What the fuck? It cut out.
Yeah, I cut out. I sang the entirety of Thriller just then.
Oh.
Was that the one I was supposed to remember?
I don't remember.
It was some generic 80s song in Revenge of the Nerds or some shit.
You know, I think it was
well.
Thriller. I'm pretty sure.
Cool.
Jackson's not here this week, so Dylan, what did we watch this week?
Alright, so this week we watched which one was even our Patreon pick? Our Patreon pick for this week, what was it? Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
I guess I'll talk about it since...
Yeah.
So Revenge of the Nerds is about two college kids who all they can think about is sex and shit. They get to the campus and, oh boy, they're nerds and they don't know it. And so they start to form their own, like, fraternity and they overcome trials and tribulations and, hijinks ensue. And then nerds end up ruling the fucking college and this movie's fucking silly. What did you guys think?
Fun fact, the University of Arizona agreed to let them shoot there, but then, after reading the script, they said no, and then they changed their mind again later.
I
feel like, didn't this also happen with, what the fuck was it? Something in Brotherhood?
You're thinking of Scream, where
that one.
A school agreed to let them shoot there, and then read the script and said no, but they didn't change their mind again.
Yeah, because they were included in the credits. It was funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright guys, we're reviewing a comedy. Was it funny?
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was fine.
I think it was
I've
decently
definitely...
funny.
Holy shit, Nico. Nico, can you see what I wrote on that top line there?
Holy smokes, you thought it was decently funny.
I'm just gonna go ahead and get Jackson's thoughts on this out of the way if you guys want really quick.
Sure, I think since there are three of them, we can each take one of them.
Sure.
There we go. So here's Jackson's thoughts on Revenge of the Nerds. This movie is a very generic feeling comedy with a very overdone idea.
Dude, is that your best Jackson voice?
Okay, sorry. This is a very generic feeling comedy with a very overdone idea, though maybe that wasn't the case when it came out in 1984. This would have been a really inoffensive, like, C-tier movie comedy to me if it wasn't for the incredibly morally reprehensible sexual deviancy these people get up to in their revenge against the popular people. That being installing hidden cameras to spy on the girls undressing, as well as, of course, the panty raid, selling plates of one of the main girls topless, totally fucked, and then raping her. I don't think that counts, but okay. I don't care that she was into it in the end. It's still so fucked that they totally play it off for jokes, which is super uncomfortable. Because of this, I'm legitimately dropping it over a letter rank to a D-. I wasn't excited for this movie, but apparently that was for the wrong reasons. Yeah, I don't know if it sounds weird for me to say that I disagree with the whole rape portion of that. I think it was definitely a shock for her to discover it was not the dude she thought it was, but like...
That's one way of putting that.
Dude, before they even had sex, she was fine with it, so... Oh, I guess that's not true.
Okay, Dylan, I'm just... To keep you out of legal trouble, that was a rape.
I mixed up the timelines. I forgot that he revealed himself after the fact. Never mind.
Right.
Anyway, I don't know. I just thought this movie was silly. I've definitely seen snippets of it before in the past. I don't know. I don't hate movies like this. It's also not trying super hard, so like it's what I did kind of agree with Jackson in the fact of where it's like the whole middle portion with the whole panty raid and installing cameras, that whole portion was kind of whatever. I didn't care for that. I thought it had nothing to do with the movie, and it had generally no impact overall. And also, how did that whole selling plates with the pie with her topless not have any, like, repercussions of them dating in the future? Like, surely she would have found out about that and then not wanted to date the nerd guy, but...
Dude, you're not supposed to think about that.
Well, too bad, buddy. The one time that I actually think about it, you guys don't want to praise me for it, so fuck you, I'm gonna keep going. But, I don't know, I thought this movie was just silly, and when I'm watching comedies, I'm not, like, super... I didn't, like, bust a gut, but, like, I didn't hate the movie either, so it's just kind of, like, it's kind of whatever. I thought it was enjoyable. I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I thought it was an alright comedy for the most part. Like, obviously, parts of it are a bit dated. You know, the panty raid, the using cameras to spy on people, the rape scene.
Anyway, we're gonna move past that. I didn't know, I'm sorry.
I feel like that's a much more common thing that they wouldn't include in comedy movies now. Like, I feel like even like 2010 or 2011, that's the sort of thing you'd absolutely still see in comedies. I feel like it's much more recent where it's like, oh, that's not so good. Like, I think there was some, like, small person comedian who was talking about how he did, like, this exact same thing, basically, to a girl during, like, one of his sets. Pretty rough, not gonna lie. But... yeah, it's a fine film for the most part. Any, like, real emotional core that it tries to have, I feel like definitely does fall flat. Like, the ending, where they're all saying, oh, we're all nerds, guys, isn't this cool? Yeah! It's like, sure, it's fine, but I definitely feel like it needed something more after that to sort of, like, see, like, what actually became of, like, all this. Like, okay, what did this whole thing actually do for the campus, and how did it change things? We don't really get anything that makes it feel like any of this is really worthwhile for the most part. And also just what's the main girl's name, like Betty or something like that? Yeah, like her big turn at the end was very strange. It was like, oh, I got dick down good, so now I'm okay with all the nerds and everything.
Yeah.
And like they're giving like the big I'm a nerd speech, and like, come up here if you're a nerd too, and like she comes up there and it's like, are you just up here because you're into nerds? Like, it does. We've gotten nothing from you that makes it seem like you feel like you're an outcast either at all. Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty much my exact thoughts. Betty's flip is weird and, frankly, I think unjustified. The ending is... granted, this came out in, 1984, but it's so cliche. The whole, come on, guys, don't you ever feel like an outsider, too? Or whatever. It's just, I thought it was pretty funny. I was able to put my headspace into the 1980s, so the rape scene didn't bother me. I'm just like, okay, this is something people thought was funny back in the day. I don't particularly find it funny myself, but it doesn't Like, it's not like triggering visceral disgust in me the way it did with Jackson.
Yeah, same here. I think it's not cool. I don't think that's something that should be in the movie. But at the same time, it's like, I can divorce myself from it enough to make it be like, whatever. It's just something that they did back then, I guess.
I can accept that comedy movies have their sort of their own internal logic that does not conform to real life, I suppose.
Guapish message, don't rape people.
I mean, and one other thing that I was gonna say, though, too, is just, like, it's weird in movie... This is unrelated to the rape thing, just for pretense here. It's interesting seeing movies like this where... and because I think I've said this before, we've probably said it in general before, how okay things were to put into movies before. Like, you could definitely see a shift in movie creation where it was just not okay to say certain words or show certain things or to do certain actions. So it's always jarring in these movies, especially when you don't know if it's gonna, like, fully commit to, full nudity or not, or, swear words or certain, terms or whatever you're gonna say. So, it's a funny thing to see have happen, especially in a movie like this. It was very weird.
Yeah, do you have any further thoughts on this film?
If Jackson were here, he would after we rated it, but he's not.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And with that, he gave it a D-.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I think it's a little harsh.
A little bit.
I agree.
He did say he dropped the entire, like, letter rank because of the rape
He said he dropped it over an entire letter rank. He was going to be in a
Did
C
he say
before.
over?
Yeah.
Oh. Yikes.
And I'm a little higher than his original rank. I'm going to give it a C+.
I gave it a B+.
Holy shit. I also gave it a B+.
Wow, and that puts it...
That puts it at a C+.
Oh.
There we go.
Dylan, what else did we watch?
We watched Muppets Treasure Island.
Not quite.
I'd love to hear the correlation.
That's right, what do you think the correlation is?
Just go on, explain the plot. I want to hear Nico's gut take on this.
That's right, guys. We watched Muppets from Space. Gonzo is very insecure about being an unknown species, and then he starts getting communications from aliens, and then he gets kidnapped by the government, and the Muppets go save him from the government, and then the spaceship comes down, and he realizes that the real aliens were the friends we made along the way. Fun fact, on the DVD commentary for this film, Kermit leaves for a snack and ends up wandering into the DVD commentary for Star Wars The Phantom Menace. Which I think is very funny, and I wish movies would do stuff like that all the time.
That is very fun.
They're not creative enough for that, Tanner. I'm sorry.
I think this movie is moderately entertaining. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's particularly great. It's a little above average.
I saw it as a copy-paste of Elmo. These movies were the same in my eyes.
That's an insane thing to say.
Well, it's also an insane thing to say is that you put Elmo in S+, but we went right past that now, didn't we?
I didn't, actually.
You definitely put it in S tier,
I did.
regardless. Anyway, I don't really have too much to say about this movie. It's a Muppets movie. What are you going to say about it? They did Muppet things.
They did. Jackson, what did you think of Muppets from Space? Jackson said, I think it's a fun, well-made film. The Muppets feel very alive. They all have different personalities, which helps a lot with their dynamic when interacting. Obviously, it's a Muppets movie, so there's a lot of dumb shit that kind of has to get a pass because it doesn't take itself seriously at all. So I won't knock it a ton because it plays into it. The ending was super obvious and does confuse me with what the messaging was supposed to be. Initially it was, it's okay to be different and unique, but no, dude's actually just an alien, so what the heck? Is it supposed to be, it's okay to be different and live with others? Am I reading into this children's movie too much?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's definitely fascinating to hear Jackson's, like, real, true, unfiltered thoughts on these films, you know?
I guess so, dude.
Speaking of unfiltered thoughts, what did you think, Nico?
Dude, Is Gonzo journalism named after Gonzo?
No, it's named after a fake character named Gonzo created by Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh.
Gonzo the puppet might be named after that, though.
Okay. That's fun.
There we go.
Dude, this film was nice. I think it was just a pretty decent film for the most part. I definitely liked it a hell of a lot more than Elmo.
There we go.
That's for sure. Like, you know, Elmo, it was very much so just like a baby film. This is absolutely like more of a family one that you can just like see with the fam. So it's not, it doesn't fucking bore you to death with this dumb bullshit. Like, all the characters in this, they feel much more defined than in Elmo, so it feels like you're actually getting a worthwhile story to some degree. I think that, like, the CIA guy, the alien dude, like, going with the aliens was a bit strange, but, you know, say la vie, I suppose. It's a children's film, I won't knock it too much. It's a family film, I won't knock it too much, but...
I was about to say.
Yeah, overall, I thought it was okay. I hate Miss Piggy, though. Fuck her. Not a big fan of her, but you know.
Fair enough. That seems predictable. I found the Hulk Hogan cameo in this interesting.
He was a man in black.
It was a nice juxtaposition to Santa with muscles.
True, because he was actually funny in this one.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is, like, it's funny to us in 2024 for a totally different reason than why it was funny in 1999. Because obviously the whole shtick was, you know, him, and at the time very well-known celebrity doing basically a promo for his own career in the middle of a movie. But for us, we're just looking at it, we're like, it's that old guy that I've heard of.
Yeah, I thought Hulk Hogan's appearance in this movie was funny. When I saw him in his credits as Man in Black, that's also funny because it's a movie reference. You got fucking Rob Schneider. He's, you know, the guy.
He
I don't know why I recognize...
horrifically annoying in this.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I recognized the guy, the one security guard at the gate, and I was wondering why I did. And then I saw the actor. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's Daniel Tosh.
I don't know. It's actually not. It's Ray Liotta. But
No way.
Wait, from Linkin Park?
I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
they also had a Men in Black reference in here, which was pretty funny. I thought that was silly. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the Muppets does a lot more reference humor than I was really aware of as a child.
Yeah, I feel like there was like one more that I was gonna bring up that I can't remember, but those two I definitely remember.
I gotta say, one thing I was shocked by in this film, I really haven't watched much Muppets media whatsoever in my life, and I was kind of expecting to like Fozzie Bear more than I did. I didn't like him very much in this film. I don't think he was very funny.
Oh, that's unfortunate, dude. I'm sorry.
I mean, I assume all you really knew about him is that he says, "Hey, waka waka."
Exactly.
That's pretty much all I knew, so it's fair.
There you go.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be a real funny guy, but alas.
No, the bit with Fozzie Bear is he's actually horrifically unfunny,
Okay.
but still tries to be a comedian.
Gotcha. But I thought that was supposed to come off as funny. It's like, you know, it's a double negative sort of thing. Jesus Christ. Also, additional fun fact, this film features Robin the Frog, Kermit's nephew, oft forgotten because they killed him off.
Oh,
R.I.P.
like literally,
Robin.
or
No. He just used to be big in the Muppets, but then they just randomly stopped using him forever. And now he's just never appeared anymore for like the past 20 years or
Damn.
some shit.
They didn't like the family tree implications it created.
Yeah.
Are we ready to rank this one?
Dude, I think we just might be. Muppets from Space. What did Jackson give it?
He gave it a C+.
I think I'm a little higher than him. I'll give it a B-.
Holy shit, I also gave it a B-.
Whoa.
oh, I'm a little higher than that. Like I said, I saw it pretty much on equal grounds as Elmo.
What?
I gave it a B+.
How? How can
I
you
don't know,
see
dude.
these films as equal? Also, I've already lambasted Tanner, of course, for ranking Elmo and fucking S- or whatever. This absolute lunatic thinks that Elmo is also better than this film. Fucking psychopath. But Dylan, how do you see them on equal ground?
I don't know. They just look the same to me, dude. I didn't think about it
He
too much.
just sees Muppets and his brain fucking turns off, dude.
To be fair, that's my movie in most brain.
We should show him Happy Time Murders, and he'll just be like, yeah, I thought this was about the same as Elmo and Grouchland.
I might just do that now.
Oh.
So that lands it at a B-.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
Fair enough.
That's crazy.
Are we gonna have not a single B+ film this week?
Oh, funny you say that.
Yeah, speaking of B+ films.
Our third movie this week was, in fact, Kick-Ass. Yeah. Nico, you want to go ahead and explain
Kick-Ass is the story of Kick-Ass. He is a kick-ass teen who wants to become a superhero by dressing up as a vigilante, and he immediately gets the shit beaten out of him, is very sad, and he breaks all of the bones in his body, but he gets them replaced with metal bones, so now he no longer feels pain. And in doing so, he's able to kick ass more efficiently, but not that efficiently. So Hit Girl and Batman need to save him, which goes very well. And then the mob tries to hunt him down because they want to get to Batman and Hit Girl, which goes pretty well for them. They kill Batman, but not Hit Girl, which is the most important part here. So Hit Girl ends up murdering the entire mob, and Kick-Ass and her walk on into the sunset.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact. Nick Cage is actually the one who came up with the idea for the mustache extensions when he's disguised as Big Daddy.
I did think that was a very funny bit.
I remember being told this movie was bad when it came out, so I guess that set the bar low for this movie, but luckily it slightly surpassed that.
Did it end up being pretty kick-ass to you, Dylan?
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
I didn't think it was an extremely offensive movie. I thought it was pretty good. For some reason, the whole time was like, man, this is a lot like Watchmen. And then I saw how I rated Watchmen. I'm like, I don't think it's that good. So I had to knock down a few pegs.
I think this movie, like, I find it interesting that you say people told you it was bad. I feel like this movie has been pretty gassed up for me.
Really?
And undeservedly so.
I think same here, yeah.
I think this movie's fine. It's not taking itself super seriously, like I was saying about Revenge of the Nerds, which is fine. I can appreciate a movie on these terms and in this context when it's not taking itself super seriously. I definitely saw this movie going a different way. I guess luckily it didn't. I like how our main protagonist still had struggles, and he more or less overcame his, well, I'll say he overcame his personal struggles his own way. All the other external ones, he was being assisted, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing, that's fine. I did find it weird when the movie kind of all of a sudden got overhauled by all these other superheroes popping up, ergo fucking Big Daddy and Hit Girl, and then randomly like Red Mist. It definitely felt like he lost like the center stage when that shit started happening, which was very off-putting and jarring. Ultimately, I don't think it really affected the direction of the movie necessarily, but yeah, like in general, I think this movie's fine. It's very indecisive on how gory it wants to be, for sure.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. They either show people getting like fucked up or they don't. And it's not like it's sectioned off in certain parts of the movie. It's definitely like scene by scene for sure. And on top of that, it's also like the special effects when people are getting fucked up was particularly noticeable and not in a good way. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't mind this movie. I thought it was fine.
My major problem with it was the first half is way too slow. Once we hit the point where Kick-Ass gets kidnapped and the pace, like Dylan mentioned, goes into overdrive, then I was having a blast. Like, honestly, the second half of this movie I really enjoyed. The first half, I was just like, God, this is fucking boring, and I don't care. And a big problem as well, I think, is that our main character, Kick-Ass, is just massively outshined by Hit Girl and Big Daddy.
Yeah.
They're more interesting characters. They're more engaging characters. They have more agency than him since they're actually capable, you know?
They have more relevancy to the plot and, like, the main antagonist.
Exactly,
yes,
yeah.
That was what I was referring to.
And then my only other problem is, like, I think it's too tropey. I'll slightly couch that by saying I might just be tired of the superhero deconstruction genre, which I don't necessarily think is an unfair complaint, because this came out in, like, 2010.
Yeah.
Like, we were already doing that kind of stuff for a while, so I don't feel too bad about holding that against this film.
Yeah, and, I mean, to go along with what you were saying, where Hit Girl and Big Daddy overtook the movie, and because I shared the same, like, issues, what I thought was going to end up happening is it'd be like the friends that helped me along the way kind of trope, where it's like, they see Kick-Ass, like, not doing so good, they want to help him out, so he gets, like, you know, the bulletproof vest, they give him, like, upgraded weapons, and, like, they give him training, and then he becomes the vigilante he wanted to be. But then, yeah, he just gets fucking sidelined, and then they pretty much take center stage, which I wasn't upset with that. It was just a weird tonal shift. But, yeah, anyway, I'll stop so Nico can go on his rant.
Oh, dude, I don't need to go on a rant. I have a big-ass spiel from Jackson to go over here.
There we go.
Jackson's review of Kick-Ass, as told by Nico. This is a fun movie with issues, the most glaring probably being tonal. It jokes around and doesn't take itself seriously enough, and I really didn't get much emotion out of the scenes that were supposed to make me sad or something. Like when the daughter was fighting to save her father from burning alive, for example. It's also super goofy and not really my kind of action film. The ending especially was very dumb to me. Everyone acted very out of character, with badass daughter suddenly acting super scared and vulnerable to the main boss, and our MC suddenly growing hella balls, and flying a fucking chain gun attached to jetpack over a bad guy's house. It's also a little out of my age group. It's also a little out of my age group. The shit revolving our MC's relationship felt weird and raunchy to me, and I didn't get a ton out of there being romance B subplot at all. This is a fun movie. I knocked it a lot, but it has its moments, like the aforementioned raid to save the daughter's father and Kick-Ass. A lot of very cool cinematography tricks were being used throughout the film, which made it very unique feeling, and it was very funny at times. Lane's had a solid beat for me.
I don't know what the fuck kind of voice that was.
That's how Jackson sounds.
I don't know why that was causing you to cough.
I don't know why either, dude.
Okay.
It just happens sometimes, you know.
Do we have any other thoughts, or are we ready to finish off these rankings?
Dude, I thought that this film was kick-ass, and so did Jackson. He gave it a B. I also gave it a B.
Dylan?
Me next. Yeah, unsurprisingly, like the other two movies this week, I gave this movie a B+.
Holy cow. Funnily enough, I also gave this movie a B.
Whoa.
So it lands at a B.
At a B,
Holy
I would imagine. Yeah,
smokes.
there we go.
Well, fantastic.
This is a week where Nico and I agreed quite a bit.
Yeah, that never happens.
Never, ever.
Did Jackson give us a movie pick?
No.
Did he give you a movie pick, Nico?
I don't think he did.
Someone reach out to him and get it from him.
I'm gonna call him right now.
There you go. Put him on the podcast on speakerphone.
There we go. Dude, Jackson, what's your movie? You never said.
Dude, fuck, I forgot. Are you guys currently recording right now?
Yes.
Shit, hold on. In the car, give me a second. Let me look through my options.
Okay. Go for it, dude. I mean, you know, you can always pick Your Name if you really want to. We haven't watched that yet.
I don't want to, dude. I'm really tempted to pick the 1943 film My Friend Flicka, but I'm not going to because it's terrible.
That's good.
Let's watch the 2001 film Donnie Darko. How about that?
Donnie Darko? Fantastic, dude. Thank you. Okay, I hope you're having fun on your little vacation. Bye-bye. Love you.
Okay, bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.
Alright.
Did you guys get
that?
that?
Didn't come through Discord at all.
Damn.
Yeah, we didn't hear it.
Well, you know what? He should be on the recording. He picked Donnie Darko.
Understood.
Alright, roll that Patreon.
Okay. Oh, boy. Redline, 2007's Redline.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar, but I cannot remember what it is.
It's a shitty live-action version of a famous anime film.
That sounds about right. And as for my pick, following... I'm assuming Jackson didn't follow the Christmas theme, but I, however, am. I'm going to be choosing... I don't know the year. Rise of the Guardians.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
I don't,
we all know what Rise of
swear
the
to
Guardians is. It has that version of Jack Frost that girls want to fuck, you know?
Yeah, I swear, dude, if this doesn't get me the fucking S rank, I'm gonna quit Guapish at the movies.
I have a strong suspicion it won't, but I'm going into it with an open mind.
Dude,
I'll
I
go
love
into
that
it
movie.
with an open mind as well.
It's such. I'm not even from like a bad, like me thinking certain movies are good perspective. I legitimately think this is a very good movie.
Okay. I don't remember much about it, so I guess we'll see.
I've watched it several times.
And speaking of the Patreon, by the way, we did the Patreon before. You remember that? We rolled the Patreon. We got redlined by Lucas Ledette. I will love that guy. And if you too would like to get your movie request on the Patreon, then you can just listen to what Dylan has to say about it.
Alright, so listen, guys. If you go to guapish.com/Patreon or go to patreon.com, looks up, for just $1 a month, you get to pick a movie, or suggest a movie rather, every single month for the bot to maybe pick. You get to suggest topics that we may talk about. We just haven't done it yet because nobody's done it. Please, somebody, for God's sake, request a topic. You get to talk to us for whatever reason. You get access to our Discord. I guess I probably should have mentioned that beforehand. You get 500 slime coins for the slime bot that Jackson made. And finally, and certainly not least, you get your name read out at the end of every episode, just like GH, Slayed by J, Blake, Netagant, I Love Lesbians, Me Too Brother, Top Ramen Man, Guapish, more like Dog Piss, Tutbot, Lucas Ledette, Hunter, and Jacob Edwards. Thank you guys all so much for subscribing.
And of course, always feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll ring-a-ding that bell, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye!
Bye!
Bye!